Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mademoiselle Lynna, and you can find me online at www.ConjureKnits.com. Today is February the 1st, 2021, and we are going to be doing our daily tarot spread. Now, today's spread is about making a tough choice. The clarity and discrimination needed for decision making comes with the Suit of Swords. So therefore, this particular spread is called the double-edged sword. So it was created by Wald and Ruth Ann Amberstone at the Tarot Reader Studio up in New York. They created the double-edged sword spread for use with any challenging question, from relationships to job offers to moving to career paths. You can examine the ramifications of each choice. You can have a more clear understanding of what each choice offers. And, it's kind of like the pros and cons of each choice, but it's like choice number one and choice number two. So if you have a choice that needs to be made, go ahead and write that choice down now and write down what's your first choice. We'll make option one our first choice, and option two is our second choice. Now let's go ahead and get started and see what we come up with. Okay, we are going to be using the Tarot de Marseille, the CBD Tarot de Marseille by Yoav Ben-Dov. I love this deck. It's probably the only deck I really ever used. But let's go ahead and shuffle our cards and see what we got. Okay, Spirit. Choices to be made. Each individual watching this video will choose their own option number one and option number two. They have written down what these options are. Spirit, you know what these options are. We are asking for clarification on each option so that we can make a better choice for what we need to do in this particular situation. Okay, Spirit. Okay, that looks good to me. And we have two piles. We have option number one, option number two. So we are going to draw 5 cards from each pile. First, we'll start with option number one. We have the Knight of Swords. Next, we have the Ten of Cups. Card number 3, we have the Ace of Swords. Card number 4, we have the Page of Wands. And card number 5, we have the Six of Coins. Now I'm just reminding you, this is what you wrote down. This is option number one, so whatever you wrote down for option number one, these cards relate to that option. Okay, so first off, here you have the Knight of Swords. Now this guy, he's discombobulated a little bit. He's heading in this direction, but he keeps looking towards the past here. He just doesn't really know what direction he's going in. It's like he's going one way, he's facing the other way. It's like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah. He's got the drive and the energy, but he's not really heading in the direction of advancement. It's like he's headed in the past. He's looking towards the future, but he's headed towards the past. Okay, so this could be, wanting to move forward, but for some reason or another, keeps veering back towards the old ways. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, so next card we have is the Ten of Cups. Now, the Ten of Cups is going to be about leadership. You've got this big cup laid over top here, and this cup is pouring nourishment down into these smaller cups down below here, kind of, giving them nourishment, taking care of them. But you have to remember when you look at this card, the big cup has just a tiny bit of room up here at the top. So you need to remember that when taking care of others, you also need to take care of yourself. Okay, and card number 3, we have the Ace of Swords. Perfect placement too, a large sword rising through the middle. It's very sharp and decisive. It really is. It's sharp thinking. It's a clear. It's like you have clear understanding, and clarification, sharp thinking. You're on your toes. It's power and control of a situation, an ability to skip lengthy deliberations and decide one way or the other. It's cutting away with the past, which is kind of in conflict with this guy here because they say they want to cut away and he's looking towards the future, but he keeps moving towards the past. And we've got a leadership position. The Ace of Swords has a fighting spirit. It's courage, victory, glory. Let's keep going. Next, we have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is holding this big stick right out here in front of him. He's got it held up like it's a shield. He's shielding himself from something. He's not letting anything get too close to him. He's blocking things off. Okay. And then we have the Six of Coins. Now, the Six of Coins is about stability because, you see here, you've got the Four of Coins, which is stability, which means stability can be achieved through this option, but it's just going to see how it's stretched out. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Now, I do want to remind you, I'm not reading a story. These are just, like I was saying, the pros and cons of option 1. So whatever you put down as option number 1, these are the pros and cons. So here you have wanting to move towards the future, but keep heading towards the past. You've got, a leadership position here. They're just reminding you that as you take care of others in this position, that you need to remember to take care of yourself. You've got victory, you've got success, glory, courage, a fighting spirit. Then there's some shielding going on here too. And there is a stability here. It just takes a little longer to get that stability. All right, so like I said, that's option number 1. So whatever you wrote down for option number 1, these are the characteristics for that option for you to keep in mind. Remember, whatever choice we're making, we want to be well informed. That way we can make the best choice for ourselves. Now let's go ahead and go with option number 2. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Nine of Coins. We have the Chariot. We have the Three of Coins. And we have the Four of Swords. Okay. So, with the Seven of Swords, we have sharpness. Swords are all about sharpness. The sharpness in this case is focus and determination. It's fighting with a clear goal in mind. It's concentrated will and a no-nonsense attitude. But, keeping the pure motivation, you know, pure. I mean, winning over an opponent where the forces are roughly balanced. Because you see here, you've got opposing sides here, you're busting through. So it's winning over these two that are fighting and bickering, and you just come in and bust through. And so, it's a good thing, but it does mean that there's, a lot of focus and determination here. Now, next, we have the Nine of Coins. And the Nine of Coins is, it's also about motivation. It's like no matter what gets thrown at you, you just keep going and going and going. It's ambition, motivation, a desire to advance. Maybe carving out a niche for yourself in the existing system, courage, endurance, readiness to continue in spite of the difficulties. Because see, you've got this like little conveyor belt going through here, and even though you got this thing thrown in the middle, you just keep going and keep going. It's, you won't let anything get in your way here. And then, of course, you have the Chariot card. The Chariot card is going to be about balance. It's going to be about movement. It could be some travel involved with whatever this option is here. Yeah. So, or it could be, distance. It could be signifying there's some distance here. And that's quite all right, too. And then next up, we have the Three of Coins. Now, the Three of Coins is about a product. It's, I always think of it when I see it, to me, it looks like almost like a pregnancy. It's like giving birth, two coming together to make one. Um, it's it's a productive outcome of an alliance or a partnership. You've got these two individuals or two partners, whatever it is down here, that come together to create this thing. It's potential that's starting to be realized and stuff like that. It's the beginning stages. The results are small, but they have a lot of potential going on here. And then next, we have the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is a little bit restrictive here. You see how the flower is inside or this encasement here, and it feels like it doesn't have a whole lot of room to grow. Focus and determination, motivation, movement, travel distance, coming together to produce a product or produce something that starts off small but has great potential. And then also the feeling of being cooped up or enclosed, not being able to grow as fast as you want to grow. So both options here, you've got pros and cons in both of them. So I hope that this helps, and I really hope that you went ahead and when I first started the video, you wrote down what option one was and what option two was, and now you have a more informed look at each individual option, both pros and cons in each option. So you are now able to make that decision. So I really hope that this helped. If you would like a more in-depth and personal reading, please go over to my website at www.ConjureKnits.com and book a reading. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the subscribe button and click the little bell so you'll be notified of when I go live or upload new videos. And if you like this content and feel that it will help someone else, please feel free to share it. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another new spread. Love you bunches!